I think we all need a bit of this. Yeah. This is clear the energy. All right, then. We have some divine messages to share. Let's ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white light and love. All right, so let's tap in. Okay, let me know you're here and present, okay, to receive a message. All right, if it doesn't resonate, just leave it, and only take what really is connecting for you, okay? Like, share, and comment, and subscribe to support our channel. Okay, let's see what the message is today. 7 of Pentacles. Someone is evaluating where they're at. Okay, so we have a 7 of Pentacles, a 10 of Cups, and a 2 of Cups, and an 8 of Pentacles. So I'm getting, you could be at a certain position and feeling a bit frustrated. Maybe you're not sure which direction to take. I feel like there's been a lot of effort though. There's been a lot of growth. So maybe there's something else that's like coming in, okay, that is going to help take something to the next level. And it could be a partnership. I feel like you guys could go into business together. This is going from the 7 of Pentacles to the 8. And in between are a partnership, okay? Kinship, friendship, lover, potentially. And I feel like there's family here too. So this could be emotional fulfillment. I feel like there's a bit of like disorganization or needing to kind of like take something and like repurpose it. So that might be something that the two of you create together. I feel like it's going to be something different. I feel like this direction that you're going to take is something maybe you've never done before. Okay, we have a 4 of Cups. I'm also getting, this could be an energy that's going to have to observe this process playing out. Yeah, there's a 4 of Cups here. And then there's the Devil here. And then we have a King of Swords. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay. I feel like this is talking about 2 different directions. I feel like someone's path led them this way, and I'm getting someone's choices and path led them this way. So like there's 2 perspectives here. All right. So one of you might have taken, I'm seeing like the rainbow. It's kind of bringing like somebody made lemonade out of these lemons. And I feel like somebody else took that experience, those feelings, those emotions, and went down a darker path. I feel like they fed those. Okay. I feel like there's something here that might have been difficult, like a lot of conflict, a lot of, I'm getting like calculated energy from this, like making impulsive decisions and choices, and as a result, you know, there's impact as a result of these decisions. There might have even been like, hey, you know, your intuition could have been talking to you, but I feel like maybe they were too busy trying to win or get something over on somebody else or execute a plan, or, you know, I feel like this is like a takedown. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's almost like there's this observation of like what someone did with the experience, right? And where they find themselves, okay? And then the flip side of that is like what someone did with this experience and what they did from it, what they gained from it, what they worked towards. I'm getting like King of Cups energy. All right, let's see. Water sign, someone who could be a big drinker, could be someone who like chases, when they drink, they might take action towards something, and as a result, they kind of, you know, work their earthly desires. Okay, I'm getting earthly desires here. I feel like maybe the party of 3 or 4 or 5 is a little bit too much. Maybe they're finding themselves like in some sort of pattern that isn't serving them anymore. Okay, I feel like it's short-term gratification here. And I feel like someone played the long game, someone played the short game. Okay. All right, what's this Knight of Wands? I feel like there is this King of Swords energy here. They may have done, I feel like this could represent some sort of authority in a situation. And maybe somebody thought that they had control and authority. I feel like it's like the other way around. I feel like it's almost like someone has relinquished control to their earthly desires. Like things have, there's an imbalance here. Yeah, look, the moon. Okay, and then I have the 10 of Pentacles and the Hierophant and the Moon card. A King of Wands too. Let's see what we got here. King of Cups, Knight of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Interesting. So this what I'm getting from this is there's like this witness now. And I feel like there's something about how you show up in your life, what you prioritize in life, what you value in life. I feel like someone may be learning that lesson, what's truly valuable in life. And at what lengths would you go to those desires? Like, are you going to trample over those you love in order to have abundance? Are you going to prioritize love over money? I'm getting like there's a whole lot of love and there's a whole lot of greed over here. There's a whole lot of control. There's, you know, doing things for the sake of, you know, trying to get something out of it, right? It's like personal gain. There's this energy here of like things have been depleted, right? So whatever relationships these are in this 4 of Cups, they're no longer, right? No one's contributing to these relationships. So as a result of these decisions, like irrational decisions, okay, even like things that were not nice, right, said about somebody. So like, you know, lying about somebody, slandering somebody, you know, being super defensive. I'm getting like this energy may have burnt some bridges here in relationships as a result of what they've been trying to control and manipulate. I'm getting like it's a narrative. Someone's been trying to control a narrative about you, and I feel like you didn't care. You were like led towards working on what you do desire, what you've been guided to work on. So whatever experiences you've had, they've actually contributed towards something very constructive and productive, something that you've been very committed and devoted to. It's almost like a form of self-mastery. And I'm not sure that there's been much mastery quite yet over here, but I feel like there's opportunity for spiritual lessons to play out. And I'm getting like that's what this reading is about for these two that might have been in a relationship with one another and have since separated or no longer contact. I'm getting like there could be, you know, incoming communication about something. There could be some sort of authority here that might have intervened. I'm getting there was some sort of play when it comes to abundance, okay, a legacy, family even. This represents family. Yeah, I'm getting like this is kind of a triggering awakening for one another, okay, in some way, shape, or form. I do have the moon, so there is something that is happening, you know, that maybe you don't see quite yet in your physical reality. I feel like, you know, whatever you've built is stable and secure, and we're going from the 7 to the 8 of Pentacles to the 9. I feel like there is someone coming in. I'm getting it's this 2 of Cups over here, a King of Wands. I feel like they could have a secret admirer situation, and I feel like they're heading your way. So you may intuitively pick up on this because you are a star energy. I have, you know, someone very much could be playing the victim, 9-9 here. All right, so there's energy here that, you know, is having nightmares and overthinking about their situation and how they found themselves. I feel like they're in this wounded warrior victim mindset. And I'm getting, you know, you made the right choice in walking away from this dynamic, and maybe this energy needs to maybe deal with the same kind of decision. I feel like you're better off. Excuse me. I feel like people are observing and watching you and celebrating your victory and success and your accomplishments. I feel like what you've gone through and overcome is an example for others in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like you are going to be connecting with somebody who has some interest in continuing to develop your potential. I feel like your wishes are about to come true with the 9 of Cups. And for some of you, I'm talking to an Empress, Divine Feminine. I'm feeling like there's a need to celebrate the rise of the feminine. So that's beautiful. There very much could be someone who's seeing your value and worth at this time that maybe didn't see it at the time. And I'm getting that that is what was needed in this situation, because through that process, what was mirrored back to you is for you to see your worth and value. And that was a bit of the lesson here. Just because someone else doesn't see your value doesn't mean you're not valuable. All right, so there's a transformation here, and in fact, a glow up, which is pretty awesome. Let's see. 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, there was a lot of challenges that you needed to overcome. And there very well could be someone feeling this now, like they're not able to come towards you because of their obstacles, their challenges in life. Right? There's blockages. And then there's justice here. So I feel like somebody may be dealing with the court. This could be spiritual or physical. Hermit energy, the Chariot, and the Page. Wow. All right, let's see what we got here. This Hermit energy, this is Virgo, so you could be attracting in an earth sign, possibly a Virgo here. But what I'm getting is like they're on the spiritual path, okay? They're an enlightened being, and they are also protecting their energy and are currently working on developing their inner knowing, their guidance. Okay, they very much could be guided to you and you to them. Or they may be, there could be somebody that comes in to help guide you. All right, I'm also getting there could be justice playing out for anyone that paid money with the 7 of Pentacles, made investments towards blocking what you're here to do on your spiritual path. All right, so if anyone did that, okay, I feel like you overcame whatever that was. I feel like this is what you were asked to do as part of your purpose, to create. And whatever you create, 10 on my timer on my desk, I would say was divinely orchestrated and inspired. And this was also like spiritual training, spiritual education. There's justice playing out here. maybe for those who wanted to keep you stuck. So someone could feel like they're the ones stuck, they're the ones entrapped, they're the ones dealing with the self-limiting beliefs. I feel like the person of the past may want to bring some sort of offer your way. It's a page, so, you know, I don't feel like there's much to consider there. I do have the Devil and the Nine of Wands, so this tells me that, you know, they know what they've done and they're having a hard time facing what they've done. I feel like this is about accountability. Okay, someone needs to take accountability for the position they find themselves in at this time. They had choices and they made these choices. They had free will choice. And this could be this King of Swords. This could be like who's holding them accountable, right? Someone has higher power than they do. I feel like they're learning that the hard way. Yeah, they're learning that the hard way. Five of Cups. I feel like whatever might have been going on here that is putting someone in despair, it's as a result of some sort of higher power, some sort of authority figure, someone that could be tied to the justice system. So this could be like police, detective, lawyers, judges. Yeah, so I'm getting like this could also be Archangel Michael or someone in your ancestral line that is making sure that this does not happen again. Okay, so there's something going down with this energy as it relates to, yeah, and then we have a Queen of Cups. Yeah, so what I'm getting is that like they worked with this Queen of Cups. Okay, it was all a plan, it was a plot, and I feel like you were the victim. Okay, so I feel like someone else is playing victim even though you were the true victim. They may have blamed you the whole time. Okay, and I feel like they conspired with this energy to come against you and take you out in whatever way possible. Now they find themselves in the position that they wanted for you. And okay, and this is what's running the show behind the scenes. So that's what's up. So whatever offer that they want to bring to you is a dirty offer. Okay. Ace of Wands. So this King of Cups is representing a brand new, passionate new beginning. I feel like there's a creative spark. There's something that you're inspired. And this could be like an idea that you come up with and share with this King of Cups, or maybe they have the idea. There's something that you do. It's like you understanding your own magic. Okay. Taking the initiative. Inspired action is what that Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Nine of Cups. Knight. So we have the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. I feel like you're ready to experience life, enjoy life again. I feel like you could be going on some sort of adventure, a quest, a pilgrimage, something that is going to really ignite passion in your life. More passion, more passion, more passion, right? Isn't that like a song or something like that, a movie? I'm seeing like Madagascar, I don't know. Maybe you're traveling across the world. Maybe you're about to go on a trip of a lifetime. Look at this, Two of Wands. Yeah, look at changing a direction, leaving the past behind and moving forward. You have a choice to make. Okay, so you may have to leave your family behind in order to go on this quest, in order to experience what you desire and wish for. There is something that you're going to have to compromise here on. Okay, and it might burden you. All right, I'm getting like Page of Swords. I feel that you are meant to learn, okay? And this next chapter of your life is going to be maybe something that you're going to I'm getting like there's like some sort of maybe of a spiritual business of some kind, but I'm getting like this is you doing your research, this is you looking things up, this is you discovering things, and it's clarifying the Hierophant. So I'm getting like this could be like a bit of like spiritual training, if you will, enhancing your wisdom and knowledge. I feel like there's something that you might be going to learn somewhere, maybe apprenticeship, maybe you're seeking a mentor, maybe you're the teacher, maybe there are people watching and paying attention to what you share. This is also like a commitment, so there could be a contract that comes in, maybe a spiritual contract. This could be a soul contract, a couple different things picking up with this here. All right, I'm getting High Priestess. All right, so I am getting like Hierophant, High Priestess. They have a soul contract. All right, so that's what's coming in here. Okay, they gave me the clarifiers. Okay. High level spiritual contract here. 5 of Wands. This is a very like large coordinated effort, okay, whatever this is. All right, it may seem unorganized, chaotic. You're not sure what direction to take. I feel like, you know, you're going to have to be adaptable. You're going to have to go with the flow. So if you have to pivot, you'll know, but you may not know everything at the onset. It may be something that you like find out as you go. So it's like you're going to need to go with the flow. You're going to have to like be okay with not having all the information. Okay, there's that. Oops, I usually do it that way. All right, so we have the 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, and then I have a Tower. So I feel like whatever this is, this 10 of Cups that you might be receiving some justice for, there's a Tower. After the 5 of Wands, it's like someone's maybe trying to run away from something, you know, completely falling apart, some sort of downfall here. I feel like there's justice playing out here. That's why the Tower's there. Something is coming to a halt. Someone might be trying to run away from their responsibilities here, but I feel like they can't. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like someone's trying to run away from their responsibilities. I feel like maybe there's the Empress. I'm getting this Empress has got her back towards the drama, the competition. I feel like the Empress is focused on mission, okay, purpose, staying in their lane, right? Keeping their vibration high, staying in their lane, minding their business, focusing on the work they're called to do, okay, and staying out of the muck. It's not yours to be in anyway. All right, it's almost like they want to bring this to you, but it's not yours, okay? They would much rather you be the one in that position. So I feel like they're kind of like trying to run away from what they invested in and what they created. They're trying to escape. So, heads up. Heads up. Heads up. What do they call it? Fly ball. Fly ball. Look at fly ball. Look at he's holding a baseball bat. I feel like, you know, you give warning. They've had warnings. All right. They're still in the 7 of Swords energy. They're still trying to, you know, get one over. All right. King of Pentacles. I feel like, you know, you're in a better position and you're not interested maybe in what this page is offering. I feel like you're more aligned with the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you're not going to accept whatever that offer is. You're going to hold out for something that's stronger, more aligned, more secure. This energy realizes that what they chose over greed is where they're getting judgment. Judgment is playing out for this energy. All right, I feel like from the 5 of Cups to the 6 of Cups, they very well could be in their emotions at this time. They may be forced to go within and experience the feelings and the memories of, maybe even their inner childhood wounds and why, things are the way they are. It's as a result of maybe some things that might have played out when they were younger. I'm also getting like there's this kindness that was there, but it's almost like someone didn't deserve to be treated the way that they were treated. And I feel like this is what someone is being shown. I feel like this is as a result of someone interfering. Tell me about this Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like someone is seeing this Queen of Cups clearly now, whereas before there might have been manipulation involved with the Knight of Swords. I have the Five of Swords, the Fool, and the Page of Cups. So this Five of Swords is clarifying the Ace of Wands, and I'm getting like they went to great lengths to prevent your they went to great lengths to create some sort of blockage or defamation, slander, gang stalking, lying, deceiving, betraying, because your light's so damn bright. All right, and that's not your fault. I feel like it's for them to deal with. Okay, they retaliated against you. I have the Fool here. I have the Page of Cups. Let's get the last card. Ace of Cups, yeah. Yeah, and then we have the Four of Wands. So, I feel like you have a new beginning with someone who is going to be kind and sweet and understanding. There's potentially children involved here. But I feel like this is remaining optimistic about love, okay? I feel like the energy you're attracting in this chapter of your life is not like the past. And so I feel like taking it slow and having patience, knowing that like what is for you is truly for you and that you deserve the love, okay? You are very highly supported and you're contributing to higher consciousness here. I would say that like the Ace of Cups is clarifying the High Priestess. Okay, so this is like tapping into higher wisdom and knowledge and sharing the consciousness with humanity in some way, shape, or form. So I'm getting like you very much could be a spiritual teacher or someone who follows and has strong belief systems. And so you might be connecting and sharing that. And as a result, like you hold a beautiful space, not just for yourself, but also for other people. I feel like this is serenity. Okay, this is bliss. This is heaven on earth. I feel like you're wanting to share your heaven on earth with someone else. And I'm getting like someone else wants to share their heaven on earth with you. And I'm getting like this is a fresh start. And it's going to be exciting. I feel like you're really going to be loving life. And, you're going to let the haters hate. Because that's what they do, right? Like, you know that you can't change anyone unless they want your help. You have victory and success. Okay, and I feel like you've reached a milestone in your life and you're being celebrated and recognized. Okay, this could be marriage, this could be union, this could be twin flame, this could be reaching a goal of yours, maybe some sort of like milestone, maybe you're looking to graduate, maybe you're moving, like numerous things could be what you're trying to achieve here. But I'm getting like you've reached a level of expertise and achievement and accomplishment. So I feel like you're being perceived as like the GOAT. You're the GOAT, you're the GOAT, you're the GOAT. And I'm getting like they're having to deal with a karmic partner, one that's insecure and very jealous. And I feel like they're probably going to have a drastic ending when it comes to this. And you may hear about it, but I feel like they're watching everything you're doing. And they feel stuck in their situation. I'm getting that like that's their karma, is to be in the situation that they chose over you. Knowing what would it have been like if they stayed with you. I feel like that's what's haunting them, is that they didn't see you at the time. It's like you were hidden in plain sight. They were too blind to see because they were so busy looking at everybody else. They weren't looking at what was directly in front of them, which was the blessing, okay? which is someone who may be different on purpose. I'm getting like uniqueness. I'm getting like very connected. I feel like you may be very like humble as a person. Like you're not really extravagant in how you dress or look. So people may pass you by. They may not see your value at face value, right? Like your value is not determined by the way you look, okay? Whereas I feel like somebody might have gone after somebody for the sake of like how they look, like the materialism of things, the appearances of things. I feel like you're very like this seems very like lustful, dramatic energy here with the Lovers, okay? I feel like someone may have, you know, it's almost like there was like an infiltration or a distraction or some sort of test. I feel like this karmic partner of yours was a test for you, and you were a test for them. Based on those decisions, things are playing out now as a result of those decisions, actions, and investments. You may be alone at this time, or you may be someone who spends a lot of time connecting with spirit energy, the universe, all of those things. I'm also getting somebody who has strong faith, and you may have been persecuted because of your faith and your vibration and just who you are, because you're different, and you were treated very unfairly. And I feel like things are playing out accordingly for those who treated you unfairly. I feel like, however, though, this has transformed you into who you came here to be, masculine or feminine. I feel like you're in alignment, okay? You're in your lane and you're doing what you came here to do, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm getting like stay devoted and committed to what you're here to do. Things are aligning for you. So make sure you stay in your lane and let things play out that need to play out. Let's get one more card. Yeah, look at, you believe, you have faith, you're a child of the divine, you walk in the light, you choose the light, you're spreading seeds, and you know, if your light bothers them, then you're doing what you came here to do. All right, if you're someone who resonates with a light worker, someone who's going to maybe change the world, even if it's in your own space. All right, I feel like you have this vitality, you have this glow, you have this, you know, I feel like people are going to see you, okay, where you might have been hidden before. I feel like no more hiding. You're meant to be seen and heard. All right, this could be you reaching a milestone. You're a blessing. You're an absolute joy, okay? And I feel like you're such a happy-go-lucky, joyful person. You see the positive. At least you try to. You set the intentions to either, you know, bring light to people instead of shadow. It's a conscious choice that you make every single day. And I feel like because of that, it affects other people. Like you plant seeds and they're nurtured and they grow into something beautiful. So even in the shadows, beautiful things grow. And I feel like you're an example of that. You're definitely an example of that. So that's amazing. Keep shining, okay? Keep shining, right? Even when there's a storm and the lights go out, we find a way to light it up, okay? So you're that light, baby. Lighthouses, unite. All right, you guys, if you want to book a personal, you can do so at betweenbothworlds.org. And I will see you on the next reading. Take care now.